Yo, what's up scrubs? Today I am showing you how to beat 7 Trials to Glory in around 10 minutes or so. And the speedrun uses the shop glitch in order to get to the end of the game, as you will soon see. If you don't know what the shop glitch is, be sure to check out the segment I did on it in my glitch compilation video for this game. On the first day of the game, I buy the Joey deck, which unlocks a ton of stuff in the shop, like the reverse, equipment, field, and quick play packs. The next thing we need to do is some sleeping and wait for two things. The first thing is we need to enter a tournament, but there are none on the first week. We also need to wait for the new pack to come out, which only happens on Wednesdays. So we need to sleep for 9 days, or the Wednesday after next, as it were. And, quick disclaimer, this is not guaranteed to work at all. Even following the same steps in the same order will give you different results. I've had sessions where I mindlessly reset in order to find this seed and have got it twice in the span of 30 minutes, and then it took me an hour to find it again. On that day, stop by the Coliseum to enter a weekend tournament before heading to the shop. Once you get there, you need to start buying 9 of everything in there. Quick reminder that whenever you use this glitch multiple times, it will overwrite the cards in your collection and your trophies, so don't do this again if you want to keep your save file. Then, once you get to checking out, the game will freeze and you need to wait until you see the screen change or go black or something like that. In this run, the screen turned completely blue after freezing, which let me know it was okay to restart. And just for the record, I recorded this using a first generation Nintendo DS with a capture card installed. Also, you will probably want to change your settings back to English and the fastest speed if it got changed. To confirm if you have the correct outcome, you can wait for the scrolling banner at the top of the screen to tell you if you're enrolled in the tournament, or you can sleep until the next Saturday to see if the notification is there. You can either edit your deck before you go in, or if you get a little antsy like me, you can wait for Mokuba to tell you to reconstruct your deck. You will notice the vast card pool to select from, and I usually start by sorting the level 4 monsters by attack, and then look for solid equip spells, usually to whichever ratio you want. And the deck editing can be pretty awkward, not only because of the interface being terrible, but you don't get the same cards every time you do the glitch. So you kind of have to improvise a few cards here and there, and I think I used Graceful Dice at some point. Maybe not the best option in hindsight, but it gets a 10 out of 10 on the swag scale. So, sometimes you just roll with it. Also, this is a side note, but because this is a single duel of a tournament round, you can reset the console if you are losing or about to lose to retry this match again, making sure you get your early trophy. And not only are you getting an early trophy, but you're getting a cool 30,000 DP to start the game off. And that doesn't even include the 50% of all cards in the game from performing the glitch in the first place. But if you do reset, your opponent will change every time you retry this. And then in the duel, it's just all fundamentals against the random named NPC. I got to duel Mai, but you can also duel people like Yugi and Joey, and there seems to be a limited pool of duelists, because I don't think I've ever seen Kaiba or Taya in the national finals, so I don't know. If you know anything about the pools of duelists you can play from, leave me a comment. You might have also noticed that I labeled this run as a no Konami code speedrun, and that's because after inputting the shop glitch in pretty much any way, you can enter the Konami code to watch the credits. since pretty much it works by after beating the game, you can input a series of inputs to watch the credits again. And this is even if you don't have the correct trophies that indicate you've beaten the game. So they shortcut this to say that you've sort of beaten the game. And for the Konami Code speedrun, you just perform a small version of the shop glitch, walk outside, and enter the code, which takes around 30 seconds. And that was a little too short for me, so I started to look at ways to beat the game without using the Konami Code, and just happened to find this random seed that puts you in the finals of the World Championship. I mean, not just in the tournament, but in the very last week of the tournament. I'm not really sure how that happens, but pretty cool. And I don't know, I've had a lot of theories about why you get certain seeds, and maybe it's the amount in your bank you start with, or how much you overflow it by. I'm not really sure that entering a tournament even hurts or helps, but you know, it's just so random that it's hard to tell. I mean, there's weird variables like what day it is, or what cards you get in the packs, or you know, how much of each pack that you get. It really goes pretty deep. You might also notice weird things like having the weekend tournament trophy in the cabinet even though you haven't done it, and when doing this specific combination of packs, there's just a really high chance of you getting the weekend trophy for no reason, and a smaller chance of having both the weekend and the KC Cup trophy. I'm hoping to learn more and maybe revisit this whenever I can figure more stuff out about it. But I don't know, there is some sort of method to the madness of underflowing packs, and it seems in certain cases you can spend more money than you have without crashing the game or causing it to glitch out all crazy or whatever. You can technically have another form of a glitch run without critical underflow, or, you know, have some sort of weird restriction like that. There's honestly so many ways you can play through this game, and it gives this game so much replay value in like an unintentional way. For instance, there's two sets of credits. One for when you beat the national championship, and then one for when you collect the 7th trophy. And normally you'd have to watch both credits, which are unskippable and 2 minutes long and very laggy if I do say so myself. But if you find a seed that gives you the survivalship trophy, which is the only sort of post-game trophy that you are required to get, then you can play through the game like normal, get the Keys of K trophy and the Sugoroku trophy, and then have the national championship trophy be the 7th one, basically skipping a whole credit sequence. I mean, there's no real reason for it, but it's just fun. You know, you can do so many things like that. So I don't know, I might have to do some weird challenge things. Let me know what you think. And I did attempt this speedrun a few times, but I got wrecked by things like Mirror Force and Regeki, so needless to say, grinding this category is insane at the moment, but you never know. If we can figure out how this works, there might be a more reliable way to find the seed and make grinding this category a little bit easier. Although, as it stands, it's mostly just a really overpowered way to start this game. I mean, single cards from the password machine are a flat 1000 DP, and even if you spend that small business loan of 30,000 DP, then your deck is basically strong enough to beat everything else in the game. This is really interesting to mess around with if you just want to avoid most of the main game and jump to the post game to start trying to farm the Shadow World Duelists, which give you 5 times the normal amount of DP. So you can start farming them and get a really good deck, or you pretty much have enough good cards to make a solid run at the survivalship tournament. All you really need to do is find some key cards that get around the rare hunter with Exodia, and if you reset enough, you could probably knock it out right after you do the national championship. And from then, you can start farming the second part of the survival ship tournament, which gives you insane money if you can make a solid run. Okay, and so we're back to the game, which I am attacking directly for the win. I mean, look at this board. Mai is just getting farmed at this point. Okay. Now we are going to collect our trophy and some cash. And look at that confetti. Man, that confetti is, whew, some top tier animation. Okay, so the timer has stopped, but I am going to speed through the credits to show you what it's like beating the game so early. So after getting to the end, we are going to have 58% of all cards in the game and only having one win to beat the game. And here is the purple intro screen, which you get after winning nationals, and here's the trophy. You also notice there's a random weekend trophy, and that's because this game is broken. But you can also see I'm entered in the limitation tournament somehow, and it's kind of cool. You can continue on from here, but it's only in the first round, so pretty interesting as well. And so yeah, I am the Scrub Buster, and this was Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Trials to Glory World Championship Tournament 2005 in around 10 minutes. Thanks for watching, and good luck finding those seeds. Later, everyone.